Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to Saturday. I hope you guys are having a nice weekend. Now this week, EA have released a couple of BPL strikers as informs that I wanted to try and test out, see how they get on, that sort of thing. So that's why it says Inform BPL Duo above my head. So we go into today's squad and we're going to be using a 3-5-2, something that I haven't used for probably about a month now. So it was interesting to say the least when I was playing these games to get back into the swing of having 3 defenders rather than 4. We got Jose Reina in goal. He wouldn't be my first choice of goalkeeper in the Serie A, but I needed him for chemistry reasons. And that will be shown right now because we have Inform Koulibaly at the back, and I needed a Napoli goalkeeper or a French goalkeeper in that league, and I don't think that actually exists. Giorgio Chiellini comes into the squad as our left centre-back. He's left-footed out there on the left, so that actually makes quite a lot of sense. Koulibaly, 6'5" in the middle of the centre-back options there. He's got 83 defending and 88 physical for a 80 rated card. That's crazy. He's a cheap inform, and I really do enjoy using him on this game. And then we've got 94 rated team of the year, Thiago Silva. So it's kind of like the other end of the spectrum. He's a lot shorter, but he's so much quicker, and, well, he's not so much quicker, but he's so much better at defending. He's just probably the best centre-back on the game that I have used. Now we move on to the midfield, and this is probably a relatively cheap midfield, something that you guys could afford. And of course, you could use the regular versions of those players at the centre-back as well, if you were trying to bring the price of this team down by a hell of a lot. Parolo goes in. We've had Matuidi go into the team as well. They're 2 really hard-working players that get up and down the pitch quite a lot, and I like that a lot. They actually play like centre-backs or sweepers at some point, and they play like strikers at other points. Kishner goes out on the left, injecting a little bit of skill into the squad. And then we have Lucas Moura out on the right. Needed him for chemistry reasons and the fact that he's a god on this game. He is one of the better players out on the right-hand side. 93 pace, 87 dribbling. You can't go wrong with that. And then we've got Payet in the middle of the midfield, the central attacking midfielder. He's such a god. I absolutely love this guy. 81 dribbling and 82 passing. But on the ball, he's just so fluid and everything. And he's a real joy to play with on the game. I needed him for a strong link to a certain striker who is going to pop up on your screen right now. It is Enner Valencia, the Inform 80 rated. He's actually been given a +4 overall. And I really wanted to try him out. 86 pace, 80 shooting, 78 dribbling, 70 passing, 73 physical, high-low work rates. He's a decent looking card, but he has only got 2-star skill moves, so we'll see how we get on with him, utilising that. What have you got? Ball rolls, that's about it. And then we've got a 4-star skiller. We've got the Inform Roberto Firmino. He's gone up by +1 to an 83 overall rated striker, and these are 2 players that I'm focusing on for FUTWIZ player reviews this week. As I say, all of my squad builders, I tend to pick out a couple of players that I'm going to be doing reviews for over there. So if you want to check that out, there'll be a card up in the top right where you guys can go and click and subscribe to FUTWIZ. I do 4 extra videos over there every single week, yeah, it's more content, all that good stuff. So this team is around sort of 600k, depending on the price of Totti, Thiago Silva, and of course the informs from this week will fluctuate in price quite a bit. So, it could come down considerably if you just use the regular version of Thiago Silva, or of course someone like David Luiz, or who's the other centre-back who plays for, Marquinhos, that's his name. But then you don't score headers like that with Thiago Silva if you use one of the cheaper guys. I feel like he's actually really good in the box. He's not the tallest, as I've mentioned, but he does such a good job at winning headers, and he's a real high worker in defence. I like him a lot. I don't know whether to say he's the best centre-back I've used, because I love Boateng, I love Ramos, all of that stuff. But 94, I need to use 94 Ramos. That's what I've come to the conclusion. I need to see how good that guy is to see if it's if I can categorically say Thiago Silva is my favourite defender now in the game. One thing you'll notice about my Strikeforce is that they're like complete and utter polar opposites. So you've got that, and that's great. I love that. That's a perfect partnership up front, because you've got Enner Valencia, who right here, as you can see, is just pace. He bursts through so much pace. He's a very sort of one-footed player, no skills about him, so it's all about utilising that or using the right stick on your controller. Just sort of flick it forward and absolutely go. Just sprint off into the distance, get past your defenders. Most of the clips right here are of him absolutely gunning it past the defenders and sticking the ball in the back of the net. And then it's a very, very different story when we come to Roberto Firmino, who, I mean, as a striker, he's normally a cam, so there's a position change in his inform, and he's only got like 77 pace, so that's an interesting one. Typically, I'm a bit of a pace whore on this game. You guys may have noticed that in the past, and I like to have players which are very quick because it makes your life easier. But actually what I've realised is, and it was actually with Firmino that I've truly realised this, is that the dribbling stat is so key and so important that pace doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, yeah, you know, Firmino's still got 77 pace. That's not all that bad. If you've got a striker with like 50 pace, he's probably not going to do too good. But if you've got relatively decent pace, like mid-70s, but you've got extremely good dribbling, you're going to be an absolute god up front, because that is so much more important in the way that I play, and the way that I've tried to be playing lately is that, you know, using the no-touch, using a little bit of skill moves and stuff like that to get past the defenders, rather than just completely and utterly gunning it. Then you'll realise that he's the sort of striker that I would prefer to use on this game. And I'm sure a lot of you would feel the same way. I imagine this Firmino would be an absolutely godly centre forward in a false 9 formation. Payet in this squad was absolutely brilliant. I loved my 2 wingers, and I've said before, actually every single player in this team done a really, really good job. You know, you got people like Parolo getting on the score sheet, who's a completely and utterly underrated player, by the way. I don't see many people using him, but he's like got 70 plus stats in all of his areas, and he's a very, very good player. We're coming to the end of this squad, so if you have enjoyed, make sure you click that thumbs up. It motivates me to make more of this type of content. Subscribe to my channel for more. Go and sub to FUTWIZ as well whilst you're at it, and I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.